Welcome to the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast. Wait, no, that's not how we did. That's not how I intro it anymore.
Not anymore.
The podcast where we talk about our week as geeks. Man, it's been so long. Like, I got in my head. I was like, wait, how do we intro this again? Like, it's the podcast where we talk about our week as geeks.
Yes.
I'm your host, William, joined by my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Yeah, man, it's been a while.
Life sucks.
It does. It really does.
Like it's been a bad time for me. It's been me this the whole time. I've been the one that's been not delaying shit because honestly, I've not felt like it, and a lot of times I can't. Yeah.
I mean, you've had some stuff happen. So
I've had stuff happen.
Understandable.
Yeah,
it's understandable.
And I'm still unemployed. So it's been a month. So
yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. Especially when you need a root canal. It's really fucking tough. On the wallet, on the bank account.
I mean, just a root canal in general is tough.
I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Yeah. I'm very sympathetic to that. Like, man.
If I at least had insurance, I would at least hey, can you knock me out for this? But since I don't have that, I didn't even bring up that option.
Yeah, because like just for that, it's like, God, so much, right? Like, just for a simple like anesthesia, like I can't even remember how much it was, but maybe it's even more now. But anyways, what have you been up to, Stuart? Let's talk about some positives.
Some positives. Well, mostly what I've been doing, honestly, I've been playing a hell of a lot of Fortnite. So I'll just say that, just a whole lot of Fortnite. I've also been on Fortnite even when I'm not playing Fortnite. Let's put it that way too. Because if you log in to Lego Fortnite and you just play for 3.5 hours, you get 5 levels of the bonus of the battle pass.
Holy shit. Okay. Wow.
So custom worlds, no hunger, no weather, no temperature, no enemies.
Is that like a daily thing, or is that
it's the daily?
Just okay.
And you put down a jump pad and then jump for 3.5 hours, or set it up and then walk away and watch something on TV for 3.5 hours.
That explains why you're on it all the time.
Yes, that why I'm on it more than I've been actually playing it. And I'm almost level 200.
Wow.
So
okay.
Which is like when you stop getting stuff from the battle pass is level 200.
Yeah. The other battle passes, right? Because there's like, once you get done with the main one, there's the other ones, right?
Yeah, there's 1 to 100, which used to be that's where like if you finish that, you get enough to buy the next one. Nah, they've now chucked the rest of some of the V-Bucks that you would get from that.
People are pissed
onto the bonus battle pass. What they're calling the bonus battle pass.
Yeah, I know people were upset when that happened. I think last season that's when they started that. Or at least
Yeah,
that's when I saw
I
the
think it was. It
articles.
was either last season or the season before that. That's when the would have been the OG season when that happened. So yeah, that's why I've been on Fortnite a lot more than I've been playing it. But what I've been doing while doing that, I got back into One Piece hard.
Ah, okay.
Like in the past 2 weeks, I've watched 300 episodes.
Holy crap! Okay,
Like
yeah.
I went from like episode 200 something to now I'm at about 549.
You're almost halfway.
I'm over halfway actually. Um, but there there was a chunk in One Piece that I'm like, I actually struggled to get through it, and that it's called the Skypiea arc. And honestly, I didn't enjoy it. For whatever reason, it did not grab me. And that's kind of where I fell off watching One Piece. And I've looked on the list like, was Skypiea just a bad arc? And that's what happened. Oh no, Skypiea is like rated like one of the top 5 arcs of all time.
I mean, you watch something you watch that many episodes of something, you're bound to get a little burnt out, maybe.
Well, I mean, you know, but yeah, once I got
Like
done with
how many years of content, how many years of episodes did you watch in 2 weeks?
at least 3. At
Because what
least.
it's been like 20 years. 1,000 episodes have been like 20 years, right?
Yep.
So like it's
Um
what, like 50 episodes a year. So like 6 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, once I did get through, you know, Skype and started getting the next stuff, it got a lot better for me. Like
That's good.
the next the next arc was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was okay. And then the arc after that was amazing. No, I'm sorry. The very next arc was absolutely phenomenal. Because I was thinking it was Thrill the Bark, but no, it's Water 7. That's a phenomenal arc right there. And how far did you actually make it before you fell off?
Give me a second. I can look that up. Did I watch it on Crunchyroll or did I watch it on Hulu? One Piece. Oh, I got not that far. Right after the was episode 29. So yeah.
29. You didn't even make it to the okay. At least get to episode 37.
Oh, okay.
Like 37 is like that episode that stuck in my mind because that was the episode I'm like, this show is fucking amazing. I thought you at least got to the Grand Line.
Yeah, next episode will be 30. So yeah. I haven't even watched 1 year worth of
No.
One Piece.
Yeah.
I plan to go back to it though, for sure.
I recommend, like, if you don't, I, how we always say, like, watch like one or 3 episodes of an anime to see whether you like it. With One Piece, watch up until the end of the live action. Watch until the end of Arlong Park, which is 44. Like, watch until that. If you still don't like it by episode 44, you won't like it. Like, going forward.
Well, it's not I didn't like it. It's just I fell off it. Like, I started watching other things and then just forgot about it. Yeah, I do want to get, and also it was kind of like, okay, I'm pretty familiar with this storyline because but yet it's the live action stuff, but it has more details. So that kind of,
it's also different. It's not the same. It is a different story. Same characters, basic thing happens, but the details are different.
Yeah, like Buggy was a little different. I think I remember.
Buggy is a lot different.
Yeah.
Arlong Park, I think, is the biggest change. Like, it had the most changes, I think, from the live action. Because like there's a fan favorite character from the anime doesn't even show up in the live action.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably get back to it soon.
I just recommend watching the next 20 episodes.
Just watch the next 20 episodes.
Just watch the next 20 episodes. I mean,
there's nothing like.
Well, when you talk about 111, or you were talking about 1,100 episodes,
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket.
44 episodes is nothing. Which I've also on April 1st, they came out with a spoiler, or not a spoiler, a trailer. No, not even that. There was a video that came out on April 1st from the actor who plays Usopp. Kind of talking about season 2, but never actually.
I think I saw that,
but actually didn't even reveal anything. Maybe, I don't know. There was an ending shot of like where like throws a cloth off a whiteboard, and it shows a really crude drawing of Usopp fighting a dinosaur. And that actually is a scene that kind of happens in what would be season 2. But honestly, I feel like they would have skipped that, by the things that they're doing and skipping. I didn't think that they would actually do that island at all. I kind of figured they'd skip that island. So it's kind of curious on whether I don't think they'll do Little Garden, because nothing of importance really happens there, or nothing lasting happens at Little Garden. That can't be changed. So, but yeah, I got back into One Piece hard.
Yeah, I'll say.
And yeah, like Water 7 was amazing.
Watching One Piece while you're not playing Fortnite.
That's literally what I was doing. It's literally what I was doing.
Not while you're playing it, while you're not playing it.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Even while I was playing it, I even had it up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, that's something I've been doing a lot lately. What about you?
Okay. I've been dipping my toe back into Apex.
Oh, okay.
And when you log in, you're gonna have a bunch of gifted stuff because
Okay.
they have it where you like. I think they have like 2 things every week or whatever that you can gift to friends for free.
Okay.
And it'll be like skins or sprays or whatever. Right now it's a Loba event thing going on right now, and they have this Loba skin.
Okay.
So which I need to find someone to gift to me.
So you're telling me to download Fortnite, log in, and then gift it to you. Okay.
Apex. Yes.
Yes, Apex. Sorry. Okay.
But that's kind of I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You can gift stuff to people for free, and I think you should have a few things. Just because I'm like, well, he's the only person I know will probably actually play Apex again eventually.
Maybe.
Like, yeah. I mean, next Extra Life will probably play at least. So
yeah.
So there's at least that. But they've changed things quite a bit.
I'm sure.
And I'm just like, what's going on? Like the armor system is different now. You don't there's no armor to pick up at all.
Okay, that was definitely in place with last time I played.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cuz
that's been there for a while, I think.
And they have these things called like Evo harvesters you have to go to, and
Okay, that's new.
I'm not quite sure what, like, between that and opening up certain chests is how you get your armor to go up. It's not necessarily damage, I don't think, anymore.
Okay, then that is definitely new.
Yeah, and then whenever you rank up that way, you also get like upgrades you can choose. Like with Loba, her first upgrade I think is you can what is it? You can increase the radius of her black market, or you can decrease the cooldown of her tactical. And then I think there's a upgrade. Like I think the second upgrade you can get with her is I forget what the other option is, but the one I always pick is you can get a third item with the black market, which obviously is the one you choose for the upgrade path every time. If you can get a third item with the black market, you're gonna want a third item with the black market. Like,
Sure.
So, and so there's that, and that's like every character has their own like upgrades you can select throughout the match as you reach that point. The weapons, I think, are there's a way to level up the weapons, like overall leveling the weapons. I don't really know too much about that, but like you can go to like in the like main menu or the home screen, the lobby, outside out of the game. You can view like the weapons, like how you would your skins and stuff like that. Applying all that, you can view like the weapons have different levels that you can get from using them and stuff like that. Like they've done a lot to Apex, and I'm just kind of like, oh man, I really should look up like this is all the changes in Apex, like article or YouTube video or whatever, because there's a lot of stuff that has changed in Apex, and I'm just kind of like trying to like figure it out as I'm playing.
Yeah, I'm looking, and since I last played, they've added only one new character.
Yeah, they haven't, and I don't think they've added a new map yet either.
There's no new map, which that's insane. And how quickly they were putting out maps, there should have been at least one or two more since I last played.
I would think so, yeah. Probably next season. I would hope next season. They have a couple new weapons from last I played, anyways. They finally have a energy assault rifle. I think it's the Nemesis.
Okay. Oh wait, there is a fifth map.
Is there?
Called Broken Moon.
Oh yeah, that's not that new.
It's new to me.
When did that come out? Oh, that came out in November.
Yep, it's been a while since I played.
Did we play that on during Extra Life or no?
No, we played Fortnite.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's not a good map. I don't like it.
The last time I played Apex was when they added deathmatch.
Yeah. But yeah, that's 5 months. Or no, that's 6 months, right? November, December.
It was over a year ago.
No, I'm saying like since Broken Moon came out. Yeah, it was over 5 months ago. Like, so yeah, there should be a new map, right? Like, soon, anyways. But what was I doing? Yeah, okay. And they have like they have something going on where they have like uh challenges for different, like right now it's like Loba's free for people to play, I think, and they have a bunch of challenges dedicated to her, and then they have challenges for other characters as well. And do I think if you do all the challenges for all the characters, you get a skin, and they have a lot of like stuff like that where there's a lot of challenges going on in Apex, like a lot of challenges you to get through for various reasons. It's a little overwhelming almost. Man, the website's a mess. I still haven't fixed the website, but
yeah, their website sucks.
Yeah, there's a lot to like try to figure out, and oh, and there's a artifact, I think, or there's a there's a new like universal artifact that anyone can wield now. It's like, okay, whatever.
I heard recently that a lot of people lost their heirlooms because of a major bug.
Oh yeah, heirlooms. That I did hear about that. I did hear there was a thing going. There was some kind of bug or something that happening where people were losing. Yeah, that, and I think that's why I haven't played in the last couple days, was because I heard about that and I haven't
Well,
heard anything since.
it
But
happened like right after that big old hack that they had during uh the tournament. Like it was around that same time,
yeah,
which was hilarious, by the way. Like to to hack streamers during a big tournament and then call it out that, you know, hey, I'm hacking this, is hilarious.
yeah, it's
And
pretty.
to give them cheats is absolutely funny.
It's something, all right. Um, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to. It's definitely not this. It's definitely a lot different than the Apex we played. You know, when we used to play regular, I should say.
I'm still waiting for the, hey, for this we're having a limited time mode where it's Apex Season 0, original characters only, and original King's Canyon.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Just limited time only. I'll fucking play the shit out of that.
I don't know if it's. I don't know how new it is, but it's definitely. I never tried it before or noticed it anyways. But the firing mode, you can actually like. There's settings to it where you can have like the bots all around it like attack you and increase the difficulty and stuff like that for like training purposes and whatnot. I did that for like, to test out some of the new weapons and stuff like that, and that was kind of fun.
They added, that's been in there for a while. Like since they've
I
added
knew
the
there was a
bots,
way to like. I knew there was like an Easter egg
there
way
was
to like
it was an
activate it.
Easter egg, yeah.
Yeah, but now there's a way to like increase the difficulties of them if you want them to be like, easy or hard or nonstop, stuff like that. Like I was messing around with that a little bit while I was testing the new weapons out and tweaking the, the settings and stuff like that to make sure I got the right, amount of FPS I wanted.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting. Um, but yeah, that's the only major thing I've been playing. Besides, I mentioned before we start recording, I'm still playing Slay the Spire, and
Because of course you are.
Slay the Spire 2 was just announced for next year. Oh, like I'm glad it's coming, but like I gotta wait a whole year. Oh,
Yep.
it's so upsetting. I want it now, but so what's something else you got?
uh hold off on that. I watched something on Netflix, and I think you did too by now. I have
I don't
finally
know. Maybe.
watched the Yu Hakusho live action.
I've watched the first episode.
Okay. Um, right after I watched it, actually, it was right before I watched it. I went back and I watched the first two seasons of the anime, and then I watched the live action, which essentially that covers those 8 episodes. Is the first fucking 2 seasons.
Mm.
if you go into it going, this is not the same story, this is different, you'll be fine. If you're going into it going, I want the same damn story that I've already seen, you will not like it. Just like One Piece. You go into that live action going, I want the same story, you won't like it. You have to understand it's a different story. It's not the same. Other than that, it's good. I enjoyed it. I kind of I was kind of shocked that with oh, and I gotta look up names.
I am upset that Quinma wasn't a baby at the beginning.
That's it. That's what I was like. That's what I was like. I was kind of surprised because I was expecting Quinma to be baby, but nope, we got teenage Quinma. Yeah. Still got the binky, but
but like, I don't know. I felt kind of robbed. Like,
well, like I said, they kind of covered the dark tournament in the show,
which is crazy. Like, I mean, I haven't gotten that far. Of course, I watched the first episode.
I will let you know it is dark tournament light. That's all I'll say. Just some things that happened during the dark tournament happen at another time. During another event. That's all I'll say. Because I don't want to spoil it too much. But yeah.
There's just something about it where I just was like, I'm just not digging this. Like, maybe I'm probably going to go back and try to power through it and watch more just because, but like, I don't know.
I watched the first episode when it came out and I kind of stopped for a while. So I'm like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, no, I'm going to fucking watch it. It's 8 episodes. I can watch it. And you know what? It was good. Another thing that I found jarring is, and I will give them credit for this. They have their costumes are accurate. Like they're spot on. Like everybody's like outfit is exactly like it was in the anime, which means it makes them look like they're doing fucking cosplay. Because everybody else looks normal.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah.
Which, like, and I really didn't. I really didn't think that until I saw, Kurama walking down in the middle of a group of people, and he's like, "Boy, does he stick out!" Not only
Kurama
is he
definitely
red, but everybody else is wearing normal ass clothes, and he's wearing a silk suit. Like, he stands out.
I will say the actress they got, or the actress who plays Yusuke's mom, is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, she is really good. Like, just the expressions and the way she, the way she acts, like, she's spot on.
She's not as shitty in the live action that she was in the
not
in the original story, but
still has that attitude though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I fought going back and rewatching after that first episode the anime as well.
I did. I watched the first two seasons. God, because the first 2 seasons are on Netflix. Why the last 2 aren't? I don't know.
They're coming soon, I think, if not already.
Well, we weren't there when I watched it.
No, 2. They only have 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right now.
it's up until after the dark
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah, they're getting. I noticed a lot of coming soon to Netflix. They have a lot of like anime coming, like various different animes that are. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, okay, interesting.
Netflix is going hard into the anime.
Yeah,
which
they really are.
Okay, cool. We need another juggernaut other than Crunchyroll in the anime space.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Um,
But Netflix needs to just go out. They just need to. They need to get it over with, and they just need to buy High Dive, so we don't have to worry about having High Dive.
True.
Because that's frustrating when it's like, oh, that anime looks cool. What's that on? High Dive. Crap. Because that's something I do not subscribe to on the regular.
No. Like I'll look to see what's on High Dive, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything good? Not really. Okay. Just because the player on High Dive, it sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
Like it's terrible. Like every single player, whether it be a web player or on an app, there's always a skip forward button 10 or 30 seconds. No.
And how are we not at the point where like how are we not at the point where there's just a default like video player quality like that's decent, like it's 2024. How are there some streaming services that are still around that can get away with having crappy video players like High Dive or some of these other like very rare, weird, you know, some of these other one-off streaming services, or I don't get it. Like, but
Like I'd be forgiving if High Dive was a pirate site, but it's not.
there are pirate sites that have better video players than
True.
Is there not a? Oh yeah, like okay, here's an example. Coming this week, Overlord to Netflix.
Cool.
Konosuba. It says season's coming Monday for Yu Yu Hakusho. So, I guess there's more coming. Mob Psycho 100. And just like I've been seeing like they're getting more and even like new releases and it's new on Netflix. My Hero Academia, like just all kinds of other animes. They're really getting big into anime. Like,
yeah. I mean, anime in the last like 5 years has blown the fuck up. Like it's oh, my camera.
Yeah.
Restart the software. Okay, software restarted. Software restarted. Why didn't the camera restart? Hey. There we go. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Anime has blown the fuck up over the past 5 or so years. Like, it's gotten to an insane point.
Yeah, I mean, there's exclusive animes to Netflix now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
I mean, when we were in high school, you know, watching anime was niche. You know, it was,
yeah, I'd have to watch one episode in 3 different parts on YouTube.
It was the kids in the corner in the cafeteria, talking about fucking the latest episode of Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's what anime was when we were in high school.
Be in lunchtime playing Yu-Gi-Oh with people and, talking about anime.
Cards of any kind were not allowed in my high school because that was gambling.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. That was the thing.
Yeah. But now it's like, now for like high school kids, it's weird if you don't watch anime.
Right? Yeah. Anime, gaming, technology, it's all like, it's everywhere now. And we had to like hide it when we were growing up.
Right. I heard this on a podcast. It was a while ago. The woman had a kid in elementary school, and it was kind of a badge of honor to how many episodes of One Piece they've watched.
I can imagine that. Yeah,
like that's what it was.
That's funny.
That's it was like something they bragged about while watching anime. It's like, that wasn't a fucking thing. So anime has gotten to another level here that it hasn't ever been.
But yet it's still not like, the whole anime and manga still isn't culturally accepted as much as I wish it was in over here.
Well, that's only because the older people are still in charge. Once we get up there, then it'll be different.
You think it'll ever like be on the you think it'll ever be close to the level it is in Japan? Like,
yes, I think eventually it will. We'll be in our fucking 70s.
Yeah.
but yeah, I like once the generation that with the mindset of cartoon is only for kids, once they're gone, then we'll start seeing a lot more stuff like something like anime in America, when a short run serialized show, like animated show, we because right now all we really have the Last Airbender and Korra. We have those two shows that are the closest thing we've ever had to anime in America. Some people want to throw in Adventure Time, and I disagree. Adventure Time is good, and it has its moments, but those are moments, not the entire thing. Yes, Adventure Time most times is silly and goofy, and nonsensical, and doesn't connect to episode to episode. It's this episode connects to this episode, like 5-10 episodes later. It's not one continuous story.
Yeah, I would never think to include that as like on the same level as.
I have heard
as someone who hasn't watched either Adventure Time or Avatar: The Last Airbender, I wouldn't think Adventure Time would be on the same like be the same as like because Avatar and Korra are that's America the US version of anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that. I'm trying to think, there's nothing else like that. What they did do that Superman animated show. I don't know if you
Okay. Yeah.
that was for the anime the anime
Yes.
fans.
Okay. You're right. There was
My
that.
friend Superman, I
Okay.
think.
No, I'll give you, Young Justice. I totally forgot about Young Justice. You can throw in
Young Justice.
Young Justice in there. The original Teen Titans.
I mean, did you ever watch any of that? My
Yes.
friend Superman. Yeah,
Yes, it was good.
Like I only watched couldn't get into it. I need to go back maybe and give it another shot. But like he totally Sailor Moon's magical girl.
Yes.
Transforms like.
Yes.
So,
absolutely he does. And what was it called? Because I type in my friend Superman, and that's a 1953 show.
Is that not the name?
My Adventures with Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's totally targeted towards the anime.
Yes,
like
I mean even the art style itself.
Yeah,
is targeted because it's very anime style. And yeah, I'll give you that one too. But like, they're starting to come out. It's a slow trickle, but like I said, it's got to be our generation who grew up watching it now has to make it, because the generation before us didn't watch it. They're not making it.
Yeah. Which we do have to mention, we haven't recorded since I don't think we've recorded since Akira Toriyama's passing, right?
No, we haven't actually.
Boy, that hit me hard. I don't know.
It was sad.
And the fact when I read the latest chapter in Super, and then I found out that he made the changes to have Piccolo wave goodbye. Like it was set to where, and Piccolo's his favorite character too, but it was set to where originally it was just showing them all leaving, but then he changed it to where it has Piccolo turning around and waving like goodbye to the camera. It's like, oh my god. Not to mention also Goku, like when he's fighting Gohan in that chapter to test out the beast mode, he's like, when he gets done, he's like, okay, this seems good. It seems like you'll be fine to, the next generation is able to, is able to take on the reins and, whatever. And it's just like, oh my god, like. So much foreshadowing like of the real world, like
with the future of Dragon Ball, I disagree, because look what happened when other people took over. We got Dragon Ball Evolution, we got Dragon Ball GT. We don't know about what this new show is.
I think his son's taking over, I heard.
Okay. Better. But
there's hope there, But yeah, I definitely, oh man. Evolution. Ugh.
But hey, something good came out of Evolution though. You gotta admit, something good came out of it.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's crazy how like that last chapter mirrored and kind of foreshadowed his passing, like in a few different ways. It was just like, and it was just teared like it, man. It's just it's emotional because like Dragon Ball is like anime might not be what it is today in the US.
No.
If not for Dragon Ball /
No.
Dragon Ball Z.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Because, I mean, Dragon Ball wasn't the first anime to come over, but it was the first one to hit.
It's the first one that got me into anime in a big way.
It was the first one that got a lot of our generation in. Because, I mean, because before that, you know, you had Astro Boy, you had
I mean, to be fair,
Starship
there was like
Yamada? Is that what the name of it?
Pokemon and Digimon and stuff like that. But like, we didn't really we just consider those cartoons. Yes. We didn't really think of it as anime.
Yes,
I feel like.
Correct.
It's Dragon Ball was the first thing where it's like, oh, this is like, this is anime, and anime is a thing. Oh, okay. And that's when I started to seek out, you know, different animes and stuff like that versus, you know, going to Dot Hack Sign and all kinds of other animes versus just like when I was, you know, as with Pokemon and Digimon, it was just, oh, that was on Fox Kids or Kids WB or, you know.
Exactly.
I do feel like that was a difference, there, but yeah. And you're right. There were different. Anime has been in the US a lot sooner, you know, like you were talking about the Astro Boys and the Speed Racers and stuff like that. Which that's another thing. I didn't know Speed Racer was anime until way later. but yeah, it's crazy.
Here's actually the funny thing. The older generation still relates anime to Speed Racer. Because I remember when I a couple jobs back, you know, I brought up anime a couple times, and I just hear oh, because that's what they fucking did in Speed Racer, and it's what people fucking make fun of. I'm like, it's not like that anymore. It is. There's grunting, yes, in like a lot of shonen stuff, but it's not like that.
Yeah. There's a variety of different grunts in anime.
Especially depending on the anime you watch.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gotten a lot better, even like, you know, that's the thing. Like talking to I remember talking to people like last year, in the past couple years, about dubbed anime, and they're always talking about, oh man, I can't watch dub because and I'm like, that's not the way it is anymore. Like,
yeah,
the quality of dub is pretty good now for the most part.
There's a sentiment that I've been saying for a while, and I'm starting to hear other people like on TikTok saying it, because, you know, a lot of TikTok that I've seen, you know, is anime versus dub versus or sub versus dub thing, and it's like, you don't realize that the Japanese dub is actually bad acting because you can't understand it. And like you can understand if it's bad acting in English because you understand it. I'm like, yes, exactly. You don't know it's bad because you can't hear what they're saying. But, and I will say this: people are saying with Solo Leveling, the English dub is actually slightly better. Like people who like sub are saying that the dub is better.
Yeah. I think the biggest complaint I hear people say, which I don't have an issue with, is, oh, it's the same actors in every anime. And
I literally saw another TikTok like, oh yeah, and then like, here, when you need an old guy, and then here's like 50 characters that's one Japanese voice actor has voiced. Like, it happens in Japanese too. You just don't. Again, you don't recognize the voice because you don't speak the language.
I mean, Goku's voiced by an old lady,
and you can hear it.
Yeah, come on now. How can you say that's better than Sean Schimmel? Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but no. But I do feel like that's not the case with animes too, or at least the same voice actors are doing voices that make it not sound as the same. Because like I was watching something. I was watching anime recently. I heard a voice I hadn't heard in an anime in a in a good amount of time. It's the voice of who does Railgun.
Oh, uh huh.
Yeah, it's the voice actor. I was like, oh, I haven't heard her in in animes in a good amount of time. Interesting, and she wasn't like a main character necessarily in this anime either. So,
Is who am I thinking of? Let's see, scientific railgun.
but yeah. There's definitely, I mean, there's definitely some who are in a lot just because like they're good. So of course they're good at what they do. Like Chris Sabat is in a lot of things because he's a damn good voice actor. He has a great voice for anime and he's he's good at acting. Like
Yes, but I will say this: it's like Chris Sabat has the same problem that, say, um, Warburton has. You recognize the damn voice because he's got a
Patrick Warburton.
recognizable fucking
Yeah.
voice. Patrick Warburton. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, like he's got a recognizable voice.
Yeah.
He's good, but yeah, he's got a you hear him.
Yeah, but like not all of his. It's not like all of his. He's typecast in where his characters are all the same type of character.
Well, I don't know about
Really?
that. Yeah, they all kind of have something. Like yes, I mean there are a couple every now and then that are very comedic and all that, but for the most part, yeah, they are all the same type of character.
The big fighter characters, yeah, but like not okay. But anyways, um, boy, that was a tangent we got on.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Yu Hakusho live action. That's how we got on that.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think if you, as long as you in particular go into this, knowing that this is a completely different story, I think you'll enjoy it, and not go in with any expectations from what you already know,
Oh yeah, that's. I mean,
because that will ruin
I
it.
I don't expect it to. I mean, I don't. I don't expect it to be on par with the anime. I hold the anime too high regard to even to even have any delusion of that being a thing. So like Yu Yu Hakusho is definitely one of my favorites of all time. So
Yeah, I understand that. I was like, that's why I'm telling you, don't go in.
I'm excited because they're remaking Yu Yu Hakusho, right?
I think yeah, they're doing something with it. Yes.
Um, I'm excited. I'm excited for that because I hope the like OVA slash movies or whatever will be part of that because they didn't get the original voice actors back for those and they're bad. They're really not good. I think there's two Yu Yu Hakusho movies and I tried watching. But no, I couldn't even watch them. But yeah. Um Sticking with anime on Netflix, I watched the Black Clover movie finally.
Oh, okay.
Sword of the Wizard King. It was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. Um, have you seen this at all, or?
Well, I haven't finished Black Clover. Is it does it take place after everything or?
I don't know when it takes place. It takes place. It takes place after what's his name? Uh Wait, hold on. You watched through the. How far did you get again?
I remember stuff about um the Kingdom.
Okay, so you got past the part where the current Wizard King got turned back into a kid.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's definitely takes place after that, but like there's stuff that happened in the last episode of Black Clover that isn't even mentioned in this
Okay.
in this movie. So I'm not, but there's also stuff where like they talk about they do talk about how he's banished and whatnot from the Clover Kingdom and so it's kind of like I wonder if this is like how the old Dragon Ball movies were, you know, the old Dragon Ball Z movies were, where they were like in their own kind of, you know, their own kind of thing.
Okay, this film takes place during the time skip period in the Black Clover anime, just before the invasion from the Dark Triad of the Spade Kingdom Devils.
Okay, so the before. Okay, interesting. Because like I said, they do talk about how like at the beginning of the movie they talk about, oh, it's too bad he's not here because, you know, he got too bad he's banned and can't be here and all this and that, and so there are some slight things to maybe, I guess, say, oh, it takes place in this, but anyways, it's pretty interesting. It's basically former Wizard Kings come back to life somehow and are trying to like take over the are trying to take over the world,
Okay.
which is pretty crazy. Um, there's a lot of there's a lot of interesting uh boy, man, this movie looks great. Like it looks amazing. It's definitely movie quality. It's definitely got that movie quality. You know how like the movies of animes way better than the TV shows.
Yeah.
That's definitely the case here.
Yeah, just watching the trailer. Yeah, definitely.
There's one of my favorite parts is oh, what's her name? Meliona? You know who I'm talking about?
Big boob chick.
The crazy fire lady.
Oh no, that's not who
The
I'm thinking
crazy
of.
strong.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She fights she has a one-on-one battle with one of the with one of the former Wizard Kings, and man, she's powerful. Like the fire chick. The man, it does not the TV show has not done her justice on how powerful she is when she's fighting, you know,
May
this other Wizard
Leona.
King. May Leona. Yeah, but yeah, she's pretty powerful in this, and her fight scene is pretty cool. Um, when like all when like almost all when the others have to be teamed up by like so many other people. Like it's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's like four former Wizard Kings come back, and some of them it's kind of like, really, these were Wizard Kings, because they're like really evil. At least a couple of them are. Like the main one, he's he's kind of like the he's kind of the typical, like, you know, I we need to he's kind of Ra's al Ghul, where it's like we need to burn Gotham to the ground to rebuild it to save it type.
Gotcha.
Like that's basically the plot, you know. It If you want to compare it to anything, it's kind of that,
Okay.
where it's like he doesn't think he's a villain. He wants to, you know, all the way to the end. You know, it's one of those types where he thinks he's trying to save, and there needs to be sacrifice, and which, you know, that makes one of the best villains, like, personalities, is when they feel like they're not the villains, you know.
Sure.
But then some of the others are just pure like evil, and it's like, okay, how did you become a Wizard King? I could see how the main one was a Wizard King. But it's like there's glimpses of him, you know, wanting to be good and do the right thing, but like there's one particular former Wizard King who's just like seems pure evil. But it was really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. This did come out last year, and I've been meaning to watch it, and this is a Netflix exclusive, I think, too, right?
Definitely it's got the big old red N on it.
Yeah, in film it says. So yeah. Which, you know, just makes me want the show to come back quicker. Which you need to get caught up on the show, because some stuff happens. Right, that last episode, man, such a cliffhanger. Oh, so good. I want more. I want more Black Clover, Stuart.
But there's so many episodes, 170 episodes. So many episodes.
You're that close to the end, though. Like, you really are. You're not that far.
I have to go back a bit to like at least to the last arc.
I mean, even if you started if you started the arc after like the elves and all that stuff, like that's still not a lot. There's still not. But yeah, it's pretty good. I quite like it. What's another thing you got?
Sticking with anime, we briefly mentioned this, but solo leveling, the dub, the last episode of the dub came out today. Haven't watched it yet, and part of me is a little bit worried. I'm not. I'm not worried, but I'm apprehensive.
Okay. How so?
Okay. There is a word in because I read the web comic, so I know the whole story. There is a very important word that the main character says, and on the page it's big, bold, like this is a emphasized word, the word of power. The Japanese dub, I felt like was a little let down on that word.
The Japanese?
Yeah, because I've already seen the Japanese.
Okay, yeah, huh?
But and there's a TikTok that went around a couple weeks ago, kind of around that time, with the voice actor, with the English voice actor saying, "Chill. I know that word is important, chill on the death threats.
Holy cow!
And he even showed some of them on screen, like, you know, if you don't say this word correctly, I'm fucking gonna kill you. Like, good lord, like, fucking chill. But I'll say the word because, like, without context, it means nothing. Like, it means nothing until that point. The word is arise.
Okay.
And he says, if you guys don't stop, I'm going to change the word. All right? I'm going to change it to something like, wakey, wakey. Get up, buddy.
I mean, that's funny.
And that actually went around. I saw even, like, people took the animation.
He doesn't
and,
have
like,
the power to do that, but it's funny.
he does, though. Like, if you, because he even says, like, oh, you don't think, because somebody pointed that out, like, you wrote the comment, like, you think you have the power to change the lines. You fucking don't, you little piece of, you don't have that power.
Wouldn't the voice director have the ultimate say on how?
Unless he's also the voice director.
Yeah, maybe so.
Like, that happens a lot.
But
like, he even in the episode before, he says, this is the line I wrote right here. It was in the episode. I changed this. It works better. I think it does.
Well, I mean, yeah, something like that, changing something to make it better, but like,
no,
something out of spite.
He's not actually going to do that.
Yeah.
But
the fact that people are making death threats over something as dumb as that is just it's hard to believe that people are like that. That's actually how the world is. It's sad. It really is.
Used to be, people were hiding behind, screen names and anonymity. Now people use the real fucking names, and they still say that shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I believe, yeah, he probably is getting threats over that damn word. I believe it.
It's stupid. Yeah. People need to get over it. Like,
absolutely.
It's not that important.
Like, yeah, I really like that, that story. It's a really important word. But chill.
I don't even think I don't even think I know what soul leveling is about. Have you've talked about it, right?
Yes.
I think I've kind of purged it from my mind just till I can watch it because of all the hype people were making, about it. I saw so much about it, and I was just like, okay, I need to just like forget about this and just, taper my expectation, because that's always the worst when like you get things get so hyped for you and it can't live up to it.
Yeah, it has like the plot of an isekai, but it's not an isekai.
Okay.
Basically, like,
real quick, isekai is in the dictionary now.
It is. I saw that. I saw that.
Now,
like,
it's now an American
hilarious
word. It's now an English word. It's in the Oxford Dictionary.
Sure.
Along with a few others, I think. Right?
Yeah, there were more.
Yeah, but that's the most notable one. So
I did see that. Like riffs, like around Seoul, Korea, South Korea, start opening up. Actually, it's around the world, but the whole story takes place in South Korea. And monsters come out of these rifts, and what happened to like a select number of people is they awakened, and they got powers, whether it be strength or, they can do magic, they can heal people, fantasy shit happened. And when you awaken, however strong you awaken, that's how strong you are. You cannot get stronger with no level of training will make you stronger. You can be better, like you can move better and like train yourself to use your skills better, but like you're not
more efficient.
Be more efficient, but you're not going to be any stronger. Well,
okay, cool.
The main character is known as the weakest of the awakened. Like he can't even kill a goblin without almost dying.
I'm starting to remember you talk about this. Yeah. Okay.
And something happens, and he can now level up.
Yeah, that's always one of my favorite parts about like the like typically I guess isekai animes is not necessarily like they're overpowered. It's just the way it's just when the main character finds a unique way to use their power.
Yeah, sure.
That's always one of my favorite, like, and I feel like that's starting to become like a huge norm now. Like
my level 1 farming skill makes me OP.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Rumor on the internet is that it's getting 6 seasons.
That's a big investment.
That is a big. I don't know if I believe it. It is getting a season 2, which is coming out in the fall of this year, and it's getting 24 episodes in the fall.
See, I'll do you one better. I believe it probably will get 6 seasons, whether or not there's 6 dubbed seasons.
Yes.
Who knows?
Because here's something. It is way more popular over here than it is over there. Than it is in Japan. Yeah.
Wow.
Like I saw articles saying that the anime the DVD releases over there did not sell that great. Were middling. Where over here it is insanely popular. But
Which is kind of crazy that DVD sales are a metric still being used to determine popularity.
As popular as advanced as in technology that Japan is, they still are backwards sometimes.
Right? Like, wow. DVD sales.
But honestly, I believe that because of the popularity it is here, that actually does have some a bigger sway than like another anime back in the that was really popular over here but not over there. I'm talking about Cowboy Bebop. Was huge over here, definitely was not over there.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, that's why there was no more. Because it did not do well over there at all. But it was insanely popular here.
Crazy. Huh. Wow. And that's popular back then when anime wasn't as accepted now.
Right.
So yeah. So
but like
something like
now,
Solo Leveling, that it has a bigger impact.
Yes.
Being like you're saying, I get that. And I hope we see more, like we were talking, I hope we see more animes like that, where like it not that it's not popular over there, but it just becomes more popular over here.
Yeah, that Japan doesn't actually run the market, and it actually is a more global thing now. Yeah,
that would be so great.
It would be better.
I would be down for
But yeah, like I said, it is getting 24 more episodes in the fall. So fantastic.
24 more.
Yes.
Not just a total of wow. Yeah. Wow.
It's written weird, like how it was announced. Like we're getting a season 2 with 12 more episodes. No, hold on.
12 more than the first season had.
Yes. It's written weird.
That's confusing.
And people are saying, "Oh, we're getting another 12 episodes." But no, I think we're getting 24 episodes because of the way it's written. That the announcement was written really weird.
That is weird. Yeah. Huh.
Because it was, we're getting a season 2 plus 12 episodes.
It looks really good too. So like,
it's
from
very high
screenshots I see.
It's very high, high quality.
So I'm shocked that they would be able to pump out that many that quick. Yeah. Hey, I'm here for it though. That's gonna be what I do probably tonight when we get done with this. Because I wasn't quite sure like if it was 12 or 13 episodes or even more, because they're animes that I would think only would be 12, but are apparently more.
I'm actually surprised that you have not seen anything on, like any clips or anything on TikTok about this.
I don't get anime clips on TikTok.
You need to look up an anime then and get that more in your FYP. Because like episode 6 is one of those episodes like, oh shit.
Well, I'm glad I haven't, because I can just watch it all I can binge watch and just enjoy it all at once. Like,
because like for a month, like after episode 6 came out, I saw tons of like reaction videos to episode 6. Like the first 2 weeks were people watching sub, and the next 2 weeks were people watching dub. So it was just a month of just reaction videos to that episode, because that is a holy shit episode. It was a holy shit moment in the comic too. So, but now I've spoiled it, and you're going to anticipate something coming in that episode.
I mean, yeah, I guess whatever. But yeah. Anyways, I guess we can keep sticking with anime, because I got more anime to talk about. I got a silly anime to talk about.
Okay.
Hokkaido gals are super adorable.
Have I seen anything on this? I might have.
Talking about English dub, wow. This one kind of making me like, what? Huh? Why do they have Canadian / Midwestern accents? Like,
okay. Gotcha.
What? They're supposed to be in Japan, but they have like Canadian. And she says I swear the main character has ended her sentences a few times with A. It happened a few times.
And thrown in a boots a couple times.
I don't think there was any boots, but there was definitely at least 1 or 2 A's at the end. But definitely like, yeah, the Midwestern / Canadian accent where it's just like, but this is supposed to be like in Japan.
Well, Midwestern Japan.
And it's the main character is a boy, a 17 I think he's 17 years old. He goes to he moves from Tokyo to like kind of country boonies type Hokkaido or whatever, which is like, I guess, comparative. It's, like, out in the country type stuff.
So Midwestern accent makes sense.
But
it's a country accent. It's not a Midwestern. It's a country accent.
Yeah. It's between like Midwestern Canadian. You know what I'm talking about? Like
yeah,
like Canadian / like was it like Wisconsin / Minnesota?
Sure.
Like
yeah.
Ish. Yeah. It's there. It's kind of like that. And not all the not all the characters who like all the characters who are from there have that accent, you know. It's just a couple. It seems like. But it's the typical like, oh, the boy moves to the new school and he meets the cute hot girl and becomes friends with her, and it's just the typical like anime. And he meets this other girl and becomes friends with her, because he befriends the loner chick who is into video game. They both bond over video game. Oh, he's in the library studying, and then he sees the person who's in charge of the student who's in charge of the library is asleep, and then she sees that he's watching her sleep and confronts him, and so it's nothing original, but
Sure.
it's lighthearted and funny, and it's just kind of a goofy anime that I was like, and there's some fan service, but it doesn't go over the top like like some animes do. But it's just something that I was like, okay, this will be like a palate cleanser between this other intense anime that I watched. Because after watching the next anime I'll talk about, boy, I need something lighthearted and fun. But yeah, I just couldn't get my head around like, why is like Canadian like accent when they're supposed to be in Japan? Like I can't, it's just, I love it. It's so dumb but so good.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just it's one of those. It's nothing too original. It's but it checks the boxes on a lot of typical anime tropes and stuff like that. There's no like hot springs, or I don't think they go to a beach. But it's not like they have episodes like that, because like for the most part, like they're um there's like so much snow and it's super cold, and like there's a ski trip episode, I'll say, instead. And
still could be a hot springs episode in winter.
yeah, but I mean there's not. There could be, yeah, but there's not in this. So maybe season 2 if you get to season 2. It is funny at the end. There's something typical that like happens in these type of anime that ends up, just having a kind of slight twist to it. That's, like, oh, that's funny. But yeah, it's just a lighthearted, goofy, teenage boy moves to new town and meets girls who like him,
Okay.
So, what's something else you got?
I watched an anime that it's done. There is no dub though. It's only sub. I was kind of surprised. It's called Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp. It is a double isekai, meaning she was born in one world, dies, comes to our world, dies in our world, goes back to her world in the past, in the past of her previous life. before she died.
That's a new one for me.
Like I say, it's a double isekai.
I don't. There's not many double isekais. I don't think.
Aren't
Like,
there? It's the second one that I've come across. But in her first go around in life, she's a noble, high up. She marries the king, and apparently is the biggest bitch in the world, and is actually like, we don't see what she fucking does, but apparently she did something fucking evil enough for her to be burned at the fucking stake. I have no idea what she did. None. Just
they never say.
No, they don't. Well, all they kind of allude to is she was a bitch and she was mean. Wow. And like she just kind of like she treated everybody, poorly. But I didn't see anything actually worth burning her at the fucking stake for. So I don't know. But she was burned at the stake, born in our world, decided to change her ways, and actually had a very rough life over here. But decided to work hard, and she became a doctor. Not just a doctor, but like a surgeon, the best surgeon in the world. Like where like she's like being called to other countries to come do surgery on people, kind of a thing.
Okay. She
ends up in an accident in our world, goes back to like before she even married the king or the prince, and decided, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go down that path again. I'm going to learn what I learned in the previous world to become a doctor over here and save people here. So she becomes a doctor here, with like all of a sudden waking up one day with a fuck ton of knowledge is very shocking to people, as it would be.
Oh, like, yeah.
Knowledge that is even well past what they have, what they have there. Like she performs the world's first tracheotomy. In one part, she does, in the exactly the way you think too. It's depicted the same way it does in every single like doctor show. Oh, it's an emergency. Gotta use this straw. Kunk. Yeah, that's exactly how it was done. But it's good. It is good. There's no dub, and I was so surprised because I saw it. I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. I'll wait for the dub. It's done. There is no dub. Huh.
Yeah, I looked up. It doesn't seem like there will be a dub, or at least there's no news of a dub.
No.
Which is upsetting because, yeah, this looks pretty good.
It is. It's good. I don't think it's gonna get a season 2. I would like to know what she fucking did.
You'll have to read the manga for the slash light novels for that.
I guess. It's a manga, I believe. Yeah, with 156 chapters. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
But it was good. What else? Okay. What else you got?
Okay. The weakest tamer began a journey to pick up trash.
Is this the one I'm thinking of?
it's a sad, sad, sad opening. Like it gave similar, like it gave like not necessarily the same feelings, but this like the but equivalent to like Shield Hero. Like
Oh,
as far as intensity goes.
rage. Oh, okay.
No, as far as in, like, but for sadness, like,
Okay. Oh no, I'd be a puddle.
oh boy, man, it's so sad. This is technically an isekai. There's mentions of like the main character. I forget what her name is. But she changes it to Ivy. Um, I forget what the name was before that, but her name she changes it to Ivy. But there's mentions of oh her life, she came from a previous life and she has vague like memories, and she there's kind of this like throughout I guess I'll start from the beginning. In the world this takes place, everyone gets a skill. Like, I have the running skill where I can run fast, or I have a sewing
Okay.
skill, or and they also get stars, which I guess is like how well you are at that skill. And this, 1, 2, or 3. I don't know if it goes beyond 3, but it's like 1, 2, or 3. And uh, that's like the gods bestow you. That's how much the gods care about you, is whether or not you get a 1 or 2 or 3 star, all this and that. And uh especially and specifically her like town village, they're real like what's the word, they're real like evangelist fanatic types.
Okay.
And she ends up getting the tamer skill, but she gets 0 stars,
Okay.
where her town decides she is an abomination, and the gods have forsaken her, and they must kill her and bring her back to and they're doing a mercy because they're going to bring her back to the gods, and all this. And even her family turns on her, like her mom and dad and sister and brother. And it's so intense, Stuart. Like, it's so heartbreaking. Because it's just like the sweetest little girl too. Um, and she's 5 years old when this happens too.
Ugh.
Like,
Ugh.
you get tested when you're 5. So she ends up like running away because they want to kill her, and all, they hate her and all this and that. And but there's this like old fortune teller lady who takes kind of pity on her and is kind to her, and kind of teach, for 3 years, because she ends up living like in a cave outside of her hometown for like 3 years, like, because her family and the whole town like
Woof.
just shunned her at the age of 5.
Woof.
And so this old like fortune teller, like that's her skill, is like foresight or something like that. So something like that. But she's able to see like how she's able to see that Ivy came from another world, and she's able to know, and she informs her and teaches her and gives her books about stuff, like. And Ivy ends up learning and overcoming, so a whole lot of stuff. to the point where like um one day she finds out 3 years later she finds out the fortune teller died, and now the town wants to now this is where the town wants to straight up kill her. Before they just like shunned her and banished her basically. um like her father, there was a point where her father was like, I can't believe one of my own child would be a 0 star, and this is like it was such a burden on him, like it's just so horrible, like just it's just so sad. But she ends up like I said, the fortune teller through books and stuff like that, how to like hunt, basic stuff like that, basic like stuff to get through life. So she ends up and the fortune teller tells her like there will be other towns, like there'll be, I think the town next to the town before or next to like the capital or whatever is where you should go, because they're like not as horrible as your hometown is. Like there are people out there who are understanding and treat you kind and stuff like that. And so she ends up making her way and going through town to town. Like she stops at the first town and she ends up catching rats, and I guess they eat rats. Like eating rats is a common thing in this, which is kind of gross to me, but
as it should be.
But she ends up she ends up like being good at catching rats and selling them to the butcher and making. She gets so excited because she can buy a loaf of bread, because she hasn't had bread in so long, and it's just like, oh my god, like it's just one thing after the other where it's like, bless your heart, girl, like oh my, and she changes her name to Ivy, and she cuts her hair, and she decides to act like she's a boy, to because she feels that's the most safe thing to do, versus to be a little girl out in the world, you know. So she ends up doing stuff like that, and she ends up making money from various things. And it's funny because like her thought pattern on like figuring out like when she gets money, like there's one town where she tells the like the city hall type place, whatever, like, oh, I came across a bunch of people who were killed, and their horses were killed, so it was obviously monsters and not bandits, and that leads to like her getting a reward. And she does like calculation in her math, like, okay, so if I get paid this amount of money for catching this many rats, then this amount I got from the reward is equal to so many rats. And like that's just she just or field mice or rat, I can't remember which one it is, but like that's how she like uh that's her frame of reference for whenever she earns money, is like how many mice or slash rats they're equivalent to. It's just it's kind of funny because it gets to like it gets to the point where it's like, oh, this is equivalent to, oh my god, 155,000 mice, what? Like, but she also ends up meeting a weak little slime and ends up taming it. um and the slime, it's weird because like it's also weird because there are like trash sites that adventurers just leave trash like in everywhere. And she ends up going through and finding like, oh, here's some old magical bags, which are kind of like, I guess, equivalent to like bags of holding slightly,
Okay.
or here's some old potions that are like, I guess, no good or whatever because they're all cloudy and murky, and weapons. And they just like throughout the show she just ends up searching through various like trash sites that adventurers just leave their trash and stuff, which is kind of weird. But she ends up feeding the old potions to the slime, and she ends up making friends with the slime, and then she ends up making friends with another creature, but it does get better for her slowly. She ends up meeting better people, but other stuff starts to happen, and it's just, oh man, it's heartbreaking, Stuart. Like, there's a
Yeah.
reason I needed to watch Hokkaido Girls are super adorable after this. Like, I needed something lighthearted, stupid, because this is just like I said, on the same, like, you where you had rage for Shield Hero, like, it was just like sadness for this.
Mm.
Cause I mean, the voice actor too is so good, because she imbues the sweetest, most purest little girl, like, to where you're just like, how can her parents do that to her? Like, it's really good though. Like, I would highly recommend, because it's tough at the beginning, but it does get a lot better, and it does get a lot better for her, and she ends up finding people who can accept her and stuff like that, and people who are nice and friendly to her, and so. But yeah, this was like, I was not prepared for this. When I was like, oh, this will be a cutesy little anime. The weakest, and she has a little slime friend, and and it's like, oh no, no, I was not prepared for this. But yeah, it's very good quality. It looks amazing. Like, I really like the art style of it. It's only 12 episodes. It's fully dubbed all out. Um, but yeah. What's another thing you got?
The other thing I got, not anime, but very anime adjacent. Here's
Okay.
one of those things, like, it's one of those things you can consider maybe an American anime now. And I've only watched 2 episodes so far. There's 4 out at the moment. It's X-Men 97.
Okay. This is a continuation though to
This is a continuation of the X-Men animated show from 97.
it actually ended in 96, I think, right?
Well,
That's why this is 97.
maybe because a year has passed.
Yeah.
So, and first episode, I don't remember Cyclops having this ability back then. I'm sure he has this now, but he's able to propel himself with his eye blasts. Did he have that, or am I not remembering that right?
I don't remember that.
And I don't mean like a big boost, like something's like falling on him and he blasts and like shoots out of the way.
I mean, in theory, yes, but I don't think he used it like that.
He definitely does now.
Okay.
And like I said, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. Apparently, something really big happened in the 4th episode. Because I've just seen, like, when you watch episode 4 of X-Men 97, just a lot of those.
Gotcha.
There, it is. They took the designs of the characters, but they're not doing the same art. Like, it is very clearly, they're not completely replicating what they did back then. Like for Jubilee now fucking looks Asian. She looks Chinese. God damn it. and back then
I saw
couldn't really tell.
I saw it's not the same voice actor, and there was a big kerfuffle about that because the voice actor didn't want to come back to do it
for Jubilee.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw where the voice actor said like, "Oh, I didn't want to do it. Like, I just, I wanted someone else to, be able to take on that role, and and it's like, okay, I understand, because from the clips I've seen, boy, Rogue sounds old.
A little bit.
Yeah, she sounds a little long in the tooth.
A little bit.
Gambit still sounds great. Gambit sounds like Gambit.
It's a different voice actor.
Still sounds good.
The original voice actor died.
That's sad, but like, it's for an original voice actor, or the new voice actor. Great job with Gambit.
Yeah,
like,
I saw it. It was a panel or something where it was the voice actress of Rogue was saying, like hearing I don't know who's doing the voice of Gambit, but she's like, it sounds like I'm hearing Gambit again. It sounds so much like him.
I mean, Gambit's just like kind of a generic Cajun, like,
It's a very Cajun,
so,
yeah.
Very Cajun heavy. So as long as someone can do a, sound similar enough and can really nail the Cajun, yeah. So, but yeah, it sounds. I wouldn't have noticed from the clips I saw.
Yeah,
it reminded me. It reminds me of Gambit. So
yeah. Morph, they because at the end of the original, Morph kind of came back to the group, and they're using his look now, like as in like the plain face kind of look. He's still a dick, by the way. I will say that he's still a dick. That's definitely something I remember about Morph, because
but he's not evil.
Well,
he's not evil Morph.
Like when I say he's a dick, literally he walks in the door as Charles Xavier, going, "My X-Men." It's just like when everyone is like still sad and still mourning, Charles, he comes in going, "I'm Charles."
Gotcha, yeah.
Jean Grey is pregnant in the first couple episodes. That reminds me. Did I see? That happens in episode 2? Maybe I saw 3 episodes.
Yeah, I'm waiting because I want more to come out, and I want to also rewatch the original. I want to go back and rewatch the original because it's been a while since I've seen the original.
I'm sorry, I have the count wrong. There are 5 episodes out. I've watched the first 3. I knew there were 2 episodes I haven't watched.
Gotcha.
What I did beforehand was I watched here's what happened in the X-Men. Here's like an hour video of a recap of those 5 or so seasons. And I'm like, okay, I remember some of this, but some of this I don't think I watched at all. Because some of this I don't remember at all. Nothing about that sounded familiar.
I remember the first 2-parter. Was it Night of the Sentinel?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was a Pizza Hut thing. I got that from I got the VHS I got a VHS copy from Pizza Hut. Remember that?
Sure.
I'm not making that up, right? That was a thing.
That definitely, I believe you. It sounds like a thing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I got there was a VHS thing you got from Pizza Hut of that. Like, yeah.
I typed in X-Men VHS and it auto-completed to Pizza Hut.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I had the VHS of that from Pizza Hut. I think it was the first 2 episodes. The Night of the Sentinel, whatever. Yeah, here we go. But yeah. Wow, Pizza Hut.
But I'll say it's good. It is very good. I still don't know what Jubilee's powers are, other than fireworks. She has no use whatsoever.
Yeah.
She's not.
I mean, she's more of Jubilee was a Kitty Pryde replacement, and Kitty Pryde
was much more useful.
Well, I mean, like Kitty Pryde was she was the us character,
yes,
for us to be introduced to the X-Men.
Yes,
and, she was the newbie and all. That's what Jubilee was.
Yes, I agree with that.
And she,
but she's useless.
Buddy with Wolverine. But yeah, Sparkles.
Yeah, that's what. She's her and Dazzler.
I was about to say she should work stage side for Dazzler.
Both useless.
Dazzler could hire her for her concerts.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Hopefully this does well enough that we now get maybe Spider-Man.
I've heard it's been doing really well. Like
yes, I've heard that well. I've heard that as well.
So fingers crossed. Like,
because there was much more of a cliffhanger in Spider-Man in Spider-Man the Animated Series than there was X-Men.
I mean, X-Men ended on a perfect, had a perfect ending.
There was also,
if I remember correctly,
what happened to Charles? Is he still alive?
Well, no, Charles went with Lilandra to outer space because he was sick. Yeah.
Yeah. So he might have died. We don't know.
Well, no, I think the whole thing was they have the technology, so he as long as he's with them, he'll be alive, type of thing, and can't come back. That was I feel like that was the point,
last will and testament of Charles Xavier was definitely presented.
Yeah.
So to everyone on Earth, he's dead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was pronounced dead by the government. Only the X-Men and Magneto know what actually happened.
I mean, also you go missing for so long, they're gonna pronounce you dead regardless. So yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, comparatively for sure, yeah, Spider-Man had a cliffhanger, and you and me have mentioned it multiple times. Like,
God damn that cliffhanger!
Why? It haunts both of us. I know it does.
It does. It really does.
More than it probably should. But yeah. So hopefully, yeah, we'll get a Spider-Man 90 something. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be great.
And then is there any other Marvel show from back then, maybe, to bring back? I know there was a Fantastic Four show.
I was going to say there was a Fantastic Four, but I don't think it did.
Which has one of my favorite scenes of all time, where Galactus is there, and then Ghost Rider rolls up and does the penance stare, on Galactus. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not.
No.
But it's like the millions or billions of souls you've ever feel the pain, and just uses the pennant stare and then just rolls, on Galactus, defeats him and then rolls away.
I mean,
Like
sure. Yeah. I mean, the pennant stare on Galactus would be insane.
Yeah. That's an actual like thing for in the.
There was an Incredible Hulk cartoon. I remember
that. Yeah.
Yeah, see. There was also Iron Man. I don't remember the Iron Man one at all.
I vaguely remember Iron Man.
Something called Ultra Force. There was a Silver Surfer. And there was an Avengers.
Oh yeah, there was that bad Avengers show, right? Like, it was United We Stand or something.
Yep,
Like,
United They Stand.
They Stand, yeah, where it was like not the Avengers we know.
It was produced alongside Spider-Man Unlimited.
Well, that goes to show you the quality of that must be.
To compete with the release of Batman Beyond. Yeah, okay.
Boy, Spider-Man Unlimited was not what we needed after Spider-Man the Animated. That was not what we needed or wanted.
No, it was not.
But yeah, hopefully we'll get more. We'll get, we'll get that. We'll get a continuation of Spider-Man, because yeah.
See,
And
there
heck,
was I'm curious about who was in the United They Stand, because I don't remember this at all. See, apparently
it's
it
on
was
Disney Plus, right?
the Wasp, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Wonder Man, Falcon,
Wonder Man.
Vision, Ultron showed up. Ant-Man, Giant Man, Tigra, and
Tigra. Oh boy.
Taurus. That's a name I don't know.
Tigra and Wonder Man. Boy.
Sure.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel there.
Taurus is not one I know at all.
That doesn't sound familiar. Yeah.
And Wikipedia doesn't even have a picture of him.
Wow. Yeah. I guess though, if they brought the Spider-Man back, they could always just do what. I mean, Spider-Man had so many crossovers, anyways.
Sure. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a crossover with Iron Man. There was a crossover with Fantastic Four. There was a crossover with X-Men.
There was the Iron Man where I remember even because Iron Man was Tony Stark's bodyguard in that. Which was
I vaguely remember that too.
Yeah, Captain America, because Black Cat got her powers from the super soldier formula.
Right.
Blade was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Punisher, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Morbius, because he had the suckers on his hands to drain the plasma.
I need plasma.
Was it? He had he had Secret Wars. He had his own Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, that was the first Spider-Verse.
There was a Spider-Verse
in that show. Yeah,
back in the 90s.
That was the very first Spider-Verse, was the animated series. Yeah, so yeah, I want to go back and watch the old one, the old show, because I haven't watched it since Disney Plus. Like, I know a lot of people did, but I haven't, so I need to go back and watch through.
Yeah, they're
It's
five
definitely
seasons.
Been well over 10, 15 years since I've seen X-Men the animated series. So
there's a good number of episodes to them.
Yeah. But they're like, what, probably 20-minute episodes. So, like, get through them quick.
22. Oh,
Yeah.
there's the 21.
Not like how TV is today. Like,
nope, there were commercial breaks.
I mean, commercial breaks now, like for streaming. Even, God, everything has commercials now. Even Amazon Prime. Unless you pay the extra, right? Yeah. But okay. Speaking of long episodes for shows, Stuart. The Fallout show.
Right.
It's out.
It did come out.
And they released all of it at once.
Cool.
Which caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that at all. Because Amazon hasn't done that with the other show, with a lot of its other shows. And you think with this being such a highly anticipated one, they wouldn't do it either. But and these episodes are long, Stuart. Like the first episode, I think is 70 something minutes. 74 minutes for the first episode. Second episode is 65. The third is 57, under an hour. Okay. Yeah, I've watched the first 3 because that's like 3. I wasn't expecting them to be this long. Like, but it's really good, Stuart.
I'll watch it. I'm not a big Fallout fan, but I'll definitely watch it.
I don't think you have to be a Fallout fan to like it. If you're okay with like post-apocalyptic scenarios, like
not my favorite thing. Is why I don't care for Fallout.
I mean, it's got some good actors in it. Some good actors that I like. It's got like, oh man, the quality looks so good. Like when I first just seeing the power armor suits, oh my, they look so amazing. Like
I'm looking at pictures of them. Like, either this is a real image or this is somebody's cosplay.
I mean, a lot of times cosplay looks better than what some of these shows come up with. So
true.
But like they look so good, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, this looks so good, and oh my god, that's a rad roach. Oh my, that's a rad roach. Oh, like just seeing things I recognize from the Fallout, just like, oh my god, that's that, or that's this, or
I did see like the first, I don't know, couple minutes, like up until like the bombs go off. I saw like that chunk on TikTok, so I have seen some of it.
Oh, okay.
So I did see like, oh, I just saw the Nuka-Cola commercial. I just saw the cereal that the kid that no, like there was a commercial for that on the TV, and I let out a kind of a chuckle right after like the first bomb went off, and the little girl stuck out her thumb. Like, your thumb or my thumb? I was like,
oh, did
that's
you
a
see
good question.
You saw the clip where he talks about the thumb thing to her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the whole like first couple minutes.
Yeah. That comes a little later in the episode, but the episode like it follows various characters like it goes from one character to another character to another. It's not just like
Okay.
So far it's following four characters, but then some have come together and then one died, sadly, already.
Okay.
It's got a couple good actors that I recognize and I like. Walter Goggins, he's in a bunch of stuff that I like. Michael Emerson from notably from Lost, and he's been in a lot of other stuff. He plays creepy really well, I
Yes,
feel
he
like.
does. Yes, he does.
Yeah. He's in it, which I'm like, okay, cool. I like him. I have no idea who the main actress is. Ella Purnell, who plays Lucy. I don't know who she is. Like,
Now, like
looking.
this
Go ahead.
isn't a vault we know, right? It has been in the games.
See, I don't know. I've never been too big on the lore of Fallout as much as I probably should. You know,
Because like do it right, like they shouldn't. It should not be a vault that is known, or that
yeah.
maybe the scenario is known, but like not has not been in a game.
Oh, I don't think it's been in. I don't think it's been in the game. It's probably it's been the main focus of any of the game. Because yeah, in the Fallout game, things like you'll come across stuff that mentions the scenarios of this vault, like the
Yeah,
one where it's like 100 women in 1 minute.
yeah.
That was a vault scenario, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so
Then there was the opposite one as well.
yeah, boy, that doesn't sound as smart.
These were experiments.
But that just, I mean, you don't have to be a genius to know that's not going to help save the world. 100 men and 1 woman. Like,
wasn't there one that just had a single guy named Gary?
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. There's lots of stuff like that, like I said, that I recognize from, oh, this is that or this is that. The stim pack. Oh my God, they used one. Or like you said, Nuka, of course, obviously Nuka Cola and stuff like that, and they show there's actual bobbleheads, like the actual, which I have a Fallout bobblehead somewhere because I bought the collector's edition of Fallout 3 back when it was like on sale dirt cheap. I was like, oh, I'll buy this for the cool lunchbox.
Yeah, I was totally right. Vault 108. It was a dude named Gary, and he was repeatedly cloned.
Interesting. Um, I think, where is it? I don't see him. One of the, like, in the Vault 33, which is where the main, well, I guess she's like the main character, Lucy, is from one of the main, like, heads of the, like, of the vault or whatever. I think it's the dude, the hey, Spider-Man, do a flip. I think it's that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, which, I mean, every time I see him, that's the only thing I think about is, hey, Spider-Man, do a flip.
Do a flip. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple there's a couple interesting stuff. There's one of the, was it one of the knights in the power armor, like is this it just like just acting badass and is so like, you know, like strong and tough, and then gets attacked, and then he has to take off his helmet and ask his squire for help, and it ends up being Michael Rappaport, which is just hilarious. It's this guy, which you'll probably be like, oh,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
guy.
Uh huh.
Yeah, which is just like, oh my god, I did not expect that. That is not who I expected to be under this power armor, who is acting like this big badass, serious, tough person, and ends up being him. Like, there's a lot of oh, dog meat is in it. I think it's supposed to be dog meat.
I did hear like a long time ago, like dog meat's in. I'm like, well, then they shouldn't. It shouldn't actually be dog meat. It should be just another dog.
Yeah. Where is it? The the story is kind of similar to some of the Fallout games, where she ends up leaving the vault to try to save her father.
Oh, I'm sure.
Where it's like, was it Fallout 3 is you're looking for your father, and then Fallout 4 you're looking for your son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like, there is similarities with as far as that goes, but where's the dad is played by, I recognize him.
McLaughlin. Kyle
Yeah, Kyle
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
another one where it's like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah. Like, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks with him recently, because I've been seeing a lot of TikToks of the original Dune, 1984 Dune. I've been seeing him a lot lately.
Interesting. Yeah, he's been in a few things that I recognize, like How I Met Your Mother, and I think he was in of Shield. Is that who I'm thinking of?
I don't know, he was also in Twin Peaks.
Yeah, Agents of Shield. I think he was Sky's father. Daisy, Sky.
Okay.
Quake.
Yeah.
He was Jekyll, I think. Mr. Jekyll or whatever. Yeah. He's been in stuff though, where it's like, oh, it's that guy. Like,
yeah, I know. Like, he's been in like a lot of popular stuff back in like the 80s and 90s. He was in a lot of popular stuff way back.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like it seems like a good cast. It definitely seems like a good cast, and it looks amazing. Like, it looks pretty good. Like the monster, or the monsters, the sets. Very violent. Oh my God, Stuart, the violence in this.
Really?
I was not expecting as much violence.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like there's a scene where she's fighting this one dude, and she takes a glass pitcher. She she smashes it on the guy's head, breaks it, and then slashes him with the broken piece of the. And it's just like, oh Jesus! Cool. Like, there's another scene where like a dude falls, and then falls in the middle of like door closing, and it just like squishes him, and blood spews on this other like just, man, there's a lot of violence. Like, I'm convinced Amazon loves these violent shows because like you have like The Boys.
They do well.
Yeah.
That's they do well.
But it's pretty good. Like, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's a well-made show. characters are relatable. Um, interesting. Some of the story stuff so far. Like I said all 8 episodes are out. I've only watched 3, so I've got like at least 5 more hours, if not more, of like I don't even know how long the other episodes are. It's kind of weird because like I was skimming through the first episode, like because it was like, oh, it's over, and then it's like, oh, a lot more the credits should be, and I looked, and there was like a weird preview, like in between the credits of the first episode, like there was like a preview of what's to come on the season, and I'm like, this is strange, like why would you have this on the end of the first episode when like everything's out, like, but it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I love I I'll probably look at some of the like Easter egg videos once I've completed the whole series,
Oh,
but
sure.
for right now I don't want to like do it for each individual episode or anything like that. I'm enjoying just picking out the stuff I recognize, you know. Um, I hate that I like, but also hate that they're releasing a free next gen upgrade for Fallout 4 because I have to wait 2 weeks before I can go back and play it. Because I've been wanting to play Fallout again, like even before I realized the show was coming out this soon. I honestly didn't know I didn't even know Fallout until like earlier this week that Fallout was coming out like this early. Like
no, I
I thought
didn't know it was out either until like I saw people were like, oh, Fallout. Okay, I guess it's out now.
I thought we were still at least a year away. Like, but this is a good example of how to do a video game property in the movie versus something like Borderlands, which is going to be garbage. God, it looks awful.
See,
Like,
what this is doing is it's taking another story in that world, because the world
exactly.
is why people are watching this. It's it's the universe. It's, you know, that kind of stuff. We don't need to be told the same story we already know in this case.
And it's just and with Borderlands, the casting is just bad.
Also, that too.
And the casting's bad, and you had was it Eli Roth directing it until he left. I think he left towards the end. So there's even that, and that's like, Eli Roth was he like the dude who did Hostel?
Yes.
Yeah, he did like Hostel and
Inglorious
stuff, and just
Bastards.
yeah, and it's just like, I I wasn't a fan of Inglorious Bastards, to be honest. I know people love that, but it wasn't my cup of tea.
I never saw it.
But yeah, just like not Cabin Fever, a lot of like just movies that okay, this probably doesn't translate well to what a Borderlands movie should be, but I think when was it you showed when the Fallout trailer came out, you showed me and was like, this is how you this is this is this is what you do. You use the music from the game,
Yes.
like
Yes, I did. Yeah, because
when
there was this
Borderlands
trailer and
didn't
it
have.
actually had like the music you would have heard in the game.
Yeah, when Borderlands had some
For the
weird
trailer.
song.
Borderlands did not
Yeah.
have it at all.
Didn't have any of the songs. Like there's like two major songs from Borderlands 1 and 2. You could have easily either one of them.
Yeah.
But no. They
What was
picked
the song in
some
Borderlands? I remember there was one in Borderlands 2, but I don't remember what it was.
Was it not uh What was it? Yeah.
Short Change Hero.
I don't know what that is. I don't recognize the name.
No,
Oh, yeah.
like
Okay.
I'm hearing it now. I'm like, oh right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I recognize the song.
I'm hearing it now. I'm like, okay, no, yeah, I recognize it. It didn't have the staying power as the
Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
in a rest for the wicked, yeah. But
like even this song would have been great for the trailer.
Sure,
because it would have been a familiar song that had like that wasn't anything too like that didn't take anything away or like distract you from seeing the trailer. But that trailer, I mean, that's just bad casting. Like, I just, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Just not a good movie. And you know how it hurts me because I'm such a Borderlands fan.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
At least Borderlands 1 and 2. Like, I was big into those first two.
Especially 2.
Still remember us playing. I still remember. I still remember us playing, and then with Ace, and you got so mad.
I don't remember that. I don't. You guys do. You and Ace both remember it. I don't remember it.
Because it's like you never get mad. Like
I get mad all the time, but not. I don't.
I mean, you weren't like extreme angry or anything like that, but like you were like playful mad.
Okay.
Giving Ace a hard time and
okay, yeah, sure.
Like we did. Yeah.
I don't remember it. You both of you do.
You don't remember him driving us off the cliff at all, though?
Maybe.
It's like, sounds like something Ace would do.
I mean, I drove us off a cliff in Grand Theft Auto, and I just remember you going, I turned around for 1 minute and we're in the water.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm straight when I tell people I don't drive, and I'm not good at driving in video games. Like, don't expect me to be good, because that's not. But anyways, maybe TV show, maybe video games need to be just turned into TV shows, and that's the way. Maybe movies just aren't the way.
No, people Halo fans might disagree with you. I think the problem is telling the same or a similar story to the game.
Yeah.
Most games that are worth having a movie about them, the world itself is the character you need. Like, take Cyberpunk. That anime was a fantastic anime.
Talk about something else sad.
Yeah. And I'm thinking of Cyberpunk because I started another playthrough of Cyberpunk today.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Because I was listening to Spotify the other day, and that song came on my Spotify. I'm like, oh, I'm sad now, but I also want to play Cyberpunk again.
Yeah.
But like that, there was not a single character from the game in that anime, and it was fantastic. Except for Night City. Night City was there, and that's all we needed.
I guess it just comes down to whether or not you have good creative people who care about the project. Because
also true.
Last of Us, I've never played Last of Us, but that was a really good show.
Okay,
and I can't wait for season 2 of that. Okay, I enjoy that quite a bit.
I I've not played the game, and I've not seen the show, but I heard it was a fantastic show.
I mean, give me Pedro Pascal escorting a child with special abilities. Yeah,
there is always an exception to the rule. You know, that's always, there's always an exception, and that one being, I guess, the case.
Witcher's more based on the books, right?
Yeah, Witcher's more based off the books, and books being told in the movies plays much better than games.
Yeah.
Historically,
I still need to watch more. I still need to go back to it and finish The Witcher.
I didn't watch season 3.
I watched part of season 2 and then fell off, and then just the whole news of them replacing him just kind of killed it for me.
It was the news that stopped me from like, oh, season 3. Nope, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah. But yeah.
And I've heard that the spin-off show was not good. So I didn't watch that either.
The animated one, the animated movie was good though, right? No.
Oh, and good Lord, you type in Witcher into Netflix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Holy shit.
How many Witcher stuff are there? Holy crap.
More than you'd think. One is just called Fireplace. And it looks like it's a Yule log.
Oh, there's a lot of making of season 1, season 2. See, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's 4.
Season 1 recap.
There's a bestiary. 10 minutes, or one of them is.
God. You know, the best thing from The Witcher, though, is we got Toss a Coin.
Yes.
That's the best thing that ever came from that show.
I will say, season 1 and season 2 were good. They were good.
Yeah, and it showed Henry Cavill was not the problem with the Superman movies.
I mean,
the DC movies.
We kind of knew that.
Well, we did know I mean, we didn't know at the beginning, you know.
Okay, yeah.
I still say him and Amy.
And who?
You cut Amy off. Adams was. Oh, Amy Adams was. Yep. Lois, right? I still say they had no chemistry.
No chemistry.
Together. Like,
no, you're right. You're 100% right about that.
Bathtub scene was just, that was so hard to watch. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, they just had no chemistry. You know.
It was in Batman v Superman, I believe.
Was it that? Okay.
Yeah.
I will say I think Henry Cavill's doing Highlander, the new Highlander remake. I'm excited about the potential of that.
I know for a while he's been talking about Warhammer.
Oh yeah, he's doing a Warhammer show. I think it's a show.
Yeah, I think so too.
Is it on Amazon?
I think so. I saw a TikTok recently. It was my favorite author now, Brandon Sanderson, saying that he got a call from Henry Cavill saying, "Hey, I can't play this character, right? No, unfortunately, you're too old, and the character is Asian, so you don't fit." He goes, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. You know, we can change the ethnicity of redheads, but but Lord forbid, you know, like we whitewash, you know, or we change any character to white, you know.
I didn't realize he was Asian. I knew he wasn't white, that character who's talking about. I knew he wasn't white. He was just had a he was dark skinned. That was kind of all I had in my head. He was dark skinned, not Asian.
Yeah. God, it's still so crazy that like redheads, like the amount of redheads that have been recasted to.
I showed my sisters that image of all the redheads that have been turned black in live action stuff, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's a lot."
Yeah. It's way more than you think.
It's a lot.
Should be like, yeah. But anyways, what were we talking about?
Fallout.
Fallout. Oh boy.
This show was built on tangents, and we've not done an episode in a while.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, Fallout, very good quality. Really enjoy it. You know, just as a show, I think it holds up pretty well. But you know, being you know, fan of the game, not an intense fan, but just a just a normal fan of the games. Love that I can spot things and how accurate they actually are and the details that they're putting in things. Like, it's pretty cool. You got anything else?
I do not.
I don't think I have anything either. Yeah. Oh, I did read more of that Tower of Power series,
Okay.
or I listened to more of it. Really good. Really like it. Need to. I'm almost finished with the 4th book. I think. I think there's 6 so far. So really highly recommend that. It's an isekai. You know,
Mm-hmm.
character dies. I think he gets hit by I think he gets hit by a van or something, not necessarily a truck, but some other vehicle, and ends up coming over to a fantasy world, and you know there are elves and stuff like that, and I love it because he'll just be like talking to himself and making references that we get, but they don't. The people in the other world don't, and they're just like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, you make no sense." Like, it's really cool because like ends up getting this ability where and where he what's it called, he has like nature magic, I think. That's one of his things, and he ends up doing this weird thing where he has this plant like kind of become a like a symbiote inside of him,
Okay.
to where he's able to like manipulate it and do stuff and turn it into like a weapon and all that. And he names him Clint after the Clintars, of which is the species that Venom comes from,
Okay.
the Venom
Okay.
symbiote. So
Okay.
like there's references to stuff like that. And, you know, it is really cool. I feel like you would really enjoy it if you ever are looking for a new one to listen to.
Yeah, I kind of on the series I was reading, he who fights monsters. I kind of, when I first got unemployed, I just I just did nothing but read, and I read like 2 books in like a week. And I've slowed down a lot. Like I'm on book 6 now, and I've just not read anything in a week.
Yeah, it's the same with
I should
me.
get
Yeah.
back. It's not like the series isn't kind of. I just haven't read anything. I kind of do want to get back now that I've now that I remember it exists.
Yeah,
I want to get back to it.
that's kind of same with me. I haven't listened. I haven't a bit either.
But like you said, the main character, Jason in that series, does the same thing. You know, makes references to things that nobody in that world will understand. Then and a bit of spoiler, he comes back to our world, and he continues to make references. Even people in this world don't even recognize, because the number of times the reference of Team Knight Rider comes up is incredible, considering it was a show I never heard of, but it was real. In the 90s, there was like 5. It's called Team Knight Rider. There were 5 of them.
Oh, wow.
And it was
okay.
I saw clips. It was bad, really bad.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, but it's funny because they have to be coincidences, because hold on, Tower characters. Let me pull up the character names. No, it's a band. Maybe add book to it. Let's see, character names. Um, not Tower of Command. I can't find just a list of the main character names. Because, like I've mentioned, like I'm terrible with names. Like, it's embarrassing how bad I am with names. But in the main character's party, he ends up having a main party of 4. There are half elves that are twins, and they both have names that's V.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder where that came from.
I'm just like, is it a coincidence or is it actually like a? I don't know.
There's no way that's a coincidence.
Yeah, they're not the same. They're totally different, like, personalities than Vex and Vax. Completely different personalities. So it's it's not like they're
the idea though. I mean,
yeah.
Could have picked a different letter. Like that's I would have picked a different letter if you want to have that reference. But
Yeah. I get you there, but yeah, both half elves, and it's the elves look down on them, because they're only half and all this and that, and yeah, it's pretty funny, but it's a pretty good series. Like I said, I'm almost at the end of book 4. I've taken a break though, like just others. I got to the point where it's like, oh, I'm not watching anything. I'm just listening to audiobooks, huh? Maybe I need to start actually watching some stuff that are like that have come out, because there was I have such a backlog of shows and movies, all kinds of stuff to watch even now. And so yeah.
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go back to it, and I even it's like, okay, I have a credit for Audible. What should I use it on? I need to find something to use it on for after this. But um, but yeah, that's just that. Still and still have a list of other lit RPGs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lit RPGs, which is my new favorite, like, book genre.
Yep, mine too.
Like, why didn't we know about this years ago? Like,
Don't know,
it upsets me,
because
Stuart. It really does.
we weren't in the book culture. Like, yeah, we maybe read a book every now and then, but we weren't following books.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and also, that the 1984 Audible original with Andrew Garfield, Tom Hardy, and some other people. That's finally out now. I need to listen to that. That seems interesting, but that's gonna. I think that's gonna be a quick listen because that's not a long book. 1984, right?
I don't know.
The length is 3.5 hours. That's nothing compared to some of these lit RPGs that are like 27 hours. You know, like it's crazy. Some of these. Oh man, I'm looking at. I have on my wish for Audible. I'll say this real quick. There are some like they have like bundles where they're like 3 books in one. 3 books in one for Audible, and there's like one that's like, oh, where is it? I can't. Maybe it's not on my wish list, but there's one that's bundled and it's like 70 hours long. It's like 70 hours long because it's 3 different books bundled in one for one credit / one price, and I'm like, Jesus, that's a lot. Oh, I mention. Have you seen anything? Have you looked at that Mimic and Me series?
I have not.
That looks interesting. Apparently, it's like an adventurer is about to die, and there's a mimic that's like looks like it's gonna eat him, and he ends up befriending the mimic, throws his love kinds of food at him, out of necessity, and then the mimic like fuses with him because he's like, "Oh, you're friendly. I'm gonna, you're gonna be my friend," and ends up fusing with him. And one of the narrators in that is Jeff Hayes from Dungeon Crawler Carl. So that's seems like an interesting story. A guy fusing with a mimic, like
sure. Shenanigans.
Anyways, I think there's 2 books for that, but anyways, we'll wrap that. A little longer show, but we haven't recorded in a while, so it's long overdue.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Yes, Twitter, not X.
We refuse to call it X.
Stuart is Casual Terror, and I'm Stuart's at Casual Terror. I'm at PlayGames_. And be sure to follow Stuart on Twitch, twitch.tv/Casual Terror. And we will catch you next time.
And remember, no animals are harmed making this podcast.
Here's